Welcome to Agris.
Hello, traveler!
Oh, bloody hell.
Do you ever get the urge to just roam the countryside and shoot stuff? You know, like torch a local village, kill a tribesperson, like guy stuff, you know? Well, you are in luck because the latest Borderlands 2 DLC lets you do just that. It's only half as racist as it sounds. The latest Borderlands 2 DLC holds a lot of promise. Not only does it star one of the most underused characters from the campaign, it takes us somewhere entirely new. The foggy, swamp-like continent of Agris, where Sir Hammerlock has invited you on a hunting trip to help capture and study the local wildlife. Of course, by study he means kill, and by wildlife he means disgusting creatures of various size and mutation level. From the tall, creepy drifters to the giant flying spores that barf electricity on you any given chance. Yes, there's myriad new creatures in this add-on, and they're not the only thing you'll be hunting either. Shortly after arriving on Agris, you're contacted via EchoCast by Professor Nakayama, a madman who's obsessed with Handsome Jack and has taken it upon himself to avenge his death. As the DLC's sole new character, his conflict forms the basis of the main storyline, and finding and killing him becomes your top priority.
We came here to hunt. Afraid we've never heard of you before.
What? Really? Professor Nakayama? Hyperion Scout? I poisoned Atlas's CDO.
Oh, that's nice. Good for you.
The story is kept entertaining thanks to the self-loathing humor we've come to know and expect from Borderlands, but otherwise Nakayama feels somewhat out of place in this DLC.
Come on! You guys fight me already? Please.
His character isn't ultra-memorable, his story has little or no relevance to the rest of the plot, and his campaign is quite a bit shorter than most of the others. In fact, the last third or so of it is spent in the final boss fight, only after which are you even able to meet Nakayama face to face, 20 seconds before the credits roll. Now, anyone who's played Borderlands knows that character development is a huge part of the experience, but seriously guys, this DLC is called Big Game Hunt. Forget the centralized villain, you have an entire continent of uncharted territory to play around with. Throw in some praying mantises that hiss really loudly, or a lizard that eats people and then poops them out. Don't be afraid to get weird with it. Needless to say, I wish they would have either focused on Professor Nakayama's story or just gone all out with the hunting rather than trying to do both at the same time. Fortunately, the main questline is a small part of the overall add-on, and those of you patient enough to stick around for the later content should be happy with the rewards.
That is beautiful.
The loot payout is as satisfying as ever, and there's plenty of new customization options, seraph items, and challenges for the completionist. See these totems scattered around Agris? If you fill each and every one of them with iridium, you can summon a rare creature that drops special Hammerlock-themed weapons. They've also added a raid boss and introduced a new fan boat vehicle, which is basically the same as the Sand Skiff from Captain Scarlet's DLC, except this one can shoot corrosive acid. For as much new stuff as is in this DLC, it says a lot that the most interesting addition is that of the humans. Nearly every map is populated with tribes of savages led by ultra-powerful witch doctors who can heal and buff their allies while dealing insane amounts of elemental damage. What's worse is if you don't kill them quickly, they can keep leveling their savages up until they start to take on animalistic qualities, like running really fast and mauling you in the face. It really forces you to rethink your strategy, especially when encountering large groups of these guys, which you will, often. I feel like the environments could have benefited from a little more personality as well. The tribal theme is a cool idea, but once again the developers seem to have fallen into this idea that there are only 3 colors in the Borderlands palette range. Would it hurt to stray outside the lines just a little bit? That seems to sum up how I feel about this DLC as a whole, which is that for all its ambition and great ideas, it never quite manages to live up to its potential. The characters are less memorable than other DLCs, the environments aren't nearly as interesting or unique, and the enemies, though challenging, are nothing spectacular. Overall, there's not one thing that stands out in this DLC as being great. Rather, everything is simply okay. If anything, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt provides a good avenue by which to level up your character, and you get a change of scenery in the process. As long as you don't mind a little repetitive grinding, it might be worth your time. I give it a 3 out of 5. So that is my review of the third Borderlands 2 DLC. One point of note, this does take place after the events of the main campaign, so you will have to have beaten the main campaign and be at least level 30 in order to play this. It's also worth noting that there is no level cap raise, so if you were eager for that, I'm sorry. This is not your DLC. This comes out today. It's already out, actually. It's $9.99 on Xbox, PS3, and PC, and of course, it's included in the Season Pass if you have that already. So if you guys have any other questions that I did not address in this review, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try my best to answer them.